everybody. Welcome to Taking Care of You with Mrs. Magoo. I'm Mrs. Magoo. And you know what? It has been such a long time between this show and my last show, and I'll tell you why. Mrs. Magoo broke her foot, so I've been laid up for probably the last 2.5 months. I'm still on the mend, but I'm in the home stretch. My journey to healing was pretty interesting, and I learned a few things along the way, so I wanted to share that with you guys, but I think I'm going to wait until the next episode because there's other things I wanted to get to today because we have a lot of catching up to do. So in today's show, we've got a lot of great information, so I want to make sure that you have a pen and a piece of paper so you can write some of the info down if you would like. So if you don't have a pen and paper, why don't you go get one now? I'll wait. Go ahead, go on, I'll wait. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Would you be my neighbor? Okay, y'all set? All right, let's get started. On today's show, first up on our Vision Assist segment, I'm going to be talking about a phone app that can help people with low vision or no vision. Next up, I'm going to be talking about a mystery oil. Now, you can cook with this oil, you can fry with this oil. You can put the oil in your hair, you can put the oil in your skin, you can ingest the oil, and it's not coconut oil and it's not olive oil. Then after that, I have Scott Trenti, and he is the CEO of SeniorCare, Inc., and he's going to be telling us all about the great services that they provide the elder public. Okay, so first up, Be My Eyes is the name of a phone app that assists people who have low or no vision, or if you just, have, like, let's say, age-related macular degeneration. Number one, it's free, yay. Number two, it's compatible with iPhones and Androids. And what it does is it enables your phone to locate and describe objects that you might not be able to see. So what you do is you download the app, and if you're not good at that sort of thing, you could get maybe your techie kids or your techie grandkids to do it for you. It only takes like a minute. So you download the app, and then when you go to use it, you just click on open the app, and then I think it says be connected to a volunteer, and you just click on or tap on whatever you do, and a volunteer will come up and they'll ask how they can help you. Now there's volunteers, and actually they're all over the world, so they're just sitting there waiting for you to give them a call. They're all very, very nice and very, very patient. So I want to show you how it works. Okay, we're back. I have contacted Be My Eyes. I have a volunteer on the phone, and I have to say the longest I've ever waited for someone to pick up, maybe 30 seconds tops. So you get picked up really, really quickly. So I have some things here that I would like for her to identify for me. First up, prescriptions. Identifying them is really important. You don't want to mix up your prescriptions, like you don't want to be taking your sleeping pills first thing in the morning. So, hi there, you there?
Hello, yes, I'm here.
Can you tell me, find the prescription, what this is the prescription for?
Yes, it looks like it's ranitidine.
Oh, Rantadine. Oh, okay.
Ranitidine,
Okay,
yes.
great. Now, she can also tell me the dosage. She can also tell me when and how to take it. Anything that's on this label, she'll be able to tell me. Okay. Now, I've got a can of soup, and it's always nice to know what you're eating. So can you tell me what that is, what kind of soup it is?
Sure, can you move it to the left just a little bit? Yep, and then turn the can towards, just like that. It's cream of mushroom.
Oh, cream of mushroom. Oh, I'm glad I asked you. I'm allergic to mushrooms.
Oh, no.
So anyway, I could just go and get other cans, and she could help me find whatever can or whatever kind I wanted. So now, I have some mail here. Can you tell me who the letter's addressed to?
Yes, can you move it to the left just a little bit? Right there and up a little bit. Mrs. Magoo, Cape Ann TV, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay, great. I love getting mail. Oh, how about, who's it from?
It says, let's see, move it to the left just a little bit. Perfect. President Donald J. Trump, the White House, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C.
Well, he's finally responding to my complaint about the pothole at the end of my street. Now let's see. Got that. Oh, how about I have this? Now let's say you're in a clothing store, and you're, let's say, looking for a blouse. So I have a blouse here. Can you tell me what color this blouse is?
Let me see. Okay, I can see it now. It looks like it's a raspberry pink. It's kind of a pink fuchsia.
Okay.
It looks like.
Okay. And now I've got a tag here. So can you look at the tag and tell me what size it is?
Sure. It's a size medium.
Oh, okay, great. Now she could also tell me the price. She could also read the washing instructions on the inside of the tag. Okay, and last but not least, I have a jacket and a shirt here. Now, can you tell me if those match?
They don't match, actually. They're both a print.
Okay.
And,
So
yeah.
the blouse is a print?
It is. It has some browns and beiges on it.
Oh.
The jacket is a cream background, and it has like periwinkle and maybe like a rosy pink.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. You just
You're
prevented me from making a huge fashion faux pas. So I'd be better off, like with this jacket, if I got like a periwinkle color blouse or a pink.
Yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
think maybe a solid.
Yeah, right. No two prints together. Okay, I got you on that. Okay, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for your help. We really appreciate you guys being out there.
You're welcome.
Okay,
I'm
you
glad
take care.
All right. You
Thanks
too.
again. Bye-bye.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's just a few of the uses of the Be My Eyes app. There's lots more, and we'll get into it in greater detail in future episodes. But I just kind of wanted to do a quick start type program so you could see how it works and you could start using it yourself. Now, the people there are very patient, as you can see. You don't have to be good with your phone camera, because I certainly am not. Because as you saw, she just told me which way to turn the can or where to point the camera. So they encourage you to actually, your first time, just call them and say, I'd like to do a practice call, and have a few things with you that you want them to read. It could be a bill, it could be a cake mix, anything you want, any written word they can read to you. So do the practice call and just say, I want to practice. But really, try this app. It will make your life so much easier. Once you've used it a couple of times, you'll think nothing of just picking up the phone. You don't have to converse with the volunteers. If you just want a quick answer, hey, what does this say? Okay, thank you, goodbye. That's fine too. So try it, you'll love it. Next up, we have our mystery oil. Okay, our mystery oil is safflower oil. Now, safflower oil you can find in all grocery stores. It's relatively inexpensive. It's less expensive than olive oil is. You can use it in cooking, baking. You can fry with it. You can saute with it. And the nice thing about it is odorless, colorless, and tasteless. So if you're, like, let's say baking something or sauteing something, you don't have to worry about it putting in any extra flavors that you don't want in your dish. People drink safflower oil for its health benefits. People put it in their hair. People put it on their skin. It has a lot of vitamin E in it. It has omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids in it. So it's very versatile. There's a lot of things you can use it for. But today I'm just going to concentrate on safflower oil for your hair and hair growth especially. So when you lose your hair, or if you start losing protein in your hair, you lose your hair. So safflower oil can prevent your hair from losing protein. It can also strengthen your hair follicles, and it also improves the circulation in your scalp, which also stimulates hair growth. So today what I wanted to do was give you a quick, easy hair growth treatment. The only thing you need is safflower oil, and it's very, very easy to use. There's tons of do-it-yourself hair treatment recipes with safflower oil and other things in it, but I figured today let's just make it easy and stick to the safflower oil. So Beulah is back. She's going through a Wonder Woman phase. She's going to be helping us demonstrate today. So what you want to do first is you want to comb out your hair. You want to make sure you get all the knots and tangles out of it. Then you're going to wet your hair. Just get it all wet, and then towel dry it. You want it wet, but you want it damp, but not soaking wet. Okay, so now your hair's damp. Now there's two ways that you can apply the safflower oil. First of all, we're going to do the scalp. So what you want to do is you want to take a tablespoon of the oil, put it in your hand, rub it good together, get it nice and warmed up, and start applying it and massaging it into your scalp. Now you don't have to do the tablespoon all at once. You could do a little, massage it in, half a teaspoon or whatever. And if you have a really big head, then you might want to use 2 tablespoons, whatever it takes to completely cover your scalp. So you're going to massage it. And you want to do it for, I'd have to say, a minimum of 5 minutes. So the longer you do it, the better. All right, now we've got the safflower oil all massaged into our scalp. Now we want to put it on our hair. So here's 2 ways you can do it. I have a little container, and I'll put some safflower oil in. And now I have an old, clean makeup brush. So I'm just going to dip the makeup brush into the oil, and I'm just going to paint it all throughout my hair. And here, depending on the length of your hair, you might be able to do it with 1 tablespoon, or it may take 3 tablespoons if you have really long hair, but use however much you need to completely cover your hair. So if you don't want to use the brush in the container, you can just take the safflower oil, put it in your palm, rub it together, and then scrunch it through your hair until you have all the hair covered. You don't want to go like this to your hair, because when you do that, it causes friction and it breaks your hair. So even when you're drying your hair with a towel, never rub the hair together like that. Always just kind of scrunch it like this. Okay, so now you've scrunched in all the safflower oil. Now you're going to take a wide tooth comb, and you're just going to comb it through just to make sure it's all evenly dispersed. So now I would leave it in for a minimum of an hour. The longer you leave it in, the better. And you can also leave it in overnight, but just make sure that you have a towel or something to cover your pillowcase so it doesn't get ruined. So now you're done with your treatment. So all you have to do is get your shampoo, and you're going to shampoo it out. You might have to shampoo it twice just to make sure you get all the oil out of it. And then just use your conditioner and style as you normally do. Now, the thing with natural products is that you have to be consistent and you have to be patient. You're not going to massage this on your scalp and in 1 week expect to be Rapunzel. You just have to be consistent with the use. So I would say if you're going to use this for hair growth, you would probably, or to prevent hair loss, you would probably want to do it at least twice a week, but probably the more often you do it, the better. And the scalp massage is really important. That's the most important part if you're looking for hair growth. So really massage it into your scalp really well. Now I only do it, I don't use it for hair growth. I just use it for hydration, and it strengthens your hair, it gives it a nice shine. So I maybe will do it maybe twice a month. So, not everything works for everybody. So, just try it. What do you have to lose? Except for your hair. So really, it's just fun trying new things. So give it a shot. It's kind of fun just to be creative and take the time to do something for yourself. Okay, up next I have Scott Trenti, and he is with SeniorCare Inc., and he's going to be telling us about all the great services that they provide. Now, I did this interview with Scott probably 3 months ago, so a lot of the activities he's talking about, the dates have come and gone, but at least you'll get an idea of what sort of activities they do offer. So pay attention to Scott and enjoy. I'm here with Scott Trenti. He's the CEO of SeniorCare Inc. And SeniorCare Inc. is a wonderful organization. They provide programs and services to the elder as well as the disabled community. Welcome, Scott. Thanks so much for coming.
Katie, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Can you tell us a little bit about SeniorCare Inc.?
Sure. So SeniorCare is a state-designated aging service access point, or ASAP, and we're also a federally designated area agency on aging. And our mission is to help seniors and adults with disabilities, their caregivers and others, to remain in their communities and preferably in their own homes where they wish to be. We offer an array of services. Our people usually associate senior care with Meals on Wheels, which is one of our bigger programs, and also our home care program. I should mention that senior care covers 9 communities, so all of Cape Ann, the 4 communities of Cape Ann, as well as Hamilton, Wenham, Ipswich, Topsfield, and Beverly.
Oh, okay.
So those are the areas that we cover, and we have sister agencies spread throughout the whole state. So the whole state of Massachusetts is covered by ASAPs and AAAs.
Great, that's great, yeah.
If you call Senior Care, and you can call for any reason, you don't necessarily have to call with the intention to get services, but where you will go is our information and referral department. And they're the point people for the agency, and what they do is listen to the caller and see what they're looking for, and will then refer within the walls of Senior Care or to one of our community partners outside of Senior Care. But they have an extensive database. They have things like hairdressers that will go to the home and cut folks' hair.
Nice.
Podiatrists that will do home visits and so forth. So if you're looking for answers or you're looking to run something by one of these professionals, please call us at any time. Our home care program, we serve about 1,300 people, and we have in-home services, so we contract out for home health aides, personal care workers, chore workers, etc. Out of Lifeline units, we have those. Out of the home, we contract with adult day health programs. The one here in Gloucester is Day by Day, and so we refer a lot of folks to them as well. We have a team of care managers and nurses who conduct the home visits and set up and coordinate all of the care and all of the services. We also are involved with nursing homes, so we have 7 nursing homes in our catchment area. So our nurses visit the nursing homes on a weekly basis, and they do the screens for people that need rehab or may eventually need long-term care. They're also charged with identifying folks who are in nursing home that want to return back to the community. So we will assist, if it's appropriate, we will assist folks with getting back into their communities. Also with nursing homes, we have a long-term care ombudsman program. So we have trained state volunteers, state-trained volunteers who go into the nursing homes and check on the well-being of the residents there and will mediate disputes, etc. Other kinds of services we have elder protective services who investigate reports of elder abuse and neglect and financial exploitation and severe self-neglect, where there may not be a perpetrator, but folks who are struggling in the community and need help in order to remain there. We have caregiver support. We have caregiver support groups. We also have one-on-one. We have a specialist who will meet with caregivers and help them out.
So you'd
with
like to get the
whatever they need.
families involved as well.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
The more the families are involved, typically, the better the outcome will be.
Okay.
Other programs that we have is, you had mentioned that SeniorCare works with adults with disabilities. That's something that has come about over the past 10, 15 years. We have a program called Options Counseling, and it's a short-term program. We have trained options counselors who've been trained by the state, and they are trained to work with not only seniors, but adults with disabilities. And this is a really good service. They're involved for approximately 30 to 45 days. It might be less. Sometimes they'll work with a caregiver who's far away in another state and can't be there with their loved one. We also have housing assistance. That's a difficult area. There's not a whole lot of housing out there. We have a money management program where, again, trained volunteers will help an elder with paying their bills or reconciling their checkbook. The elder is in total control of their funds, and we just help them to manage better. We have medical transportation program, and we also have our RSVP program, which is Retired Senior Volunteer Program. So these are volunteers that are 55 and over. We have about over 300 volunteers, and some of them will work with SeniorCare, for example, Meals on Wheels drivers, the Money Management Program volunteers, the Ombudsman volunteers, et cetera. Then we have folks that are stationed throughout our catchment area in nonprofits and help out in that way as well.
Let me just ask you,
Sure.
when it comes to what age do you have to be considered elderly?
60 or above,
60 or above?
unless you have a diagnosis of a dementia,
okay.
Alzheimer's or another type of dementia.
Okay, how about disabled? Do you have to be a senior if you're disabled, or can you be younger than that?
You can be anybody, any age. Well,
Any
actually,
age.
22 and over.
20, okay.
Adult with disability. The difference between the services that we're able to provide are different, though. We can't provide in-home services, but we can refer adults with disabilities to places that they can go, such as the PCA program, if they need in-home. There's a lot of agencies out there that can help. So the options counselor's job is to educate, provide choices, i.e. options, and help the person to kind of navigate the rather complex world of healthcare and services. It's not easy. So, in a nutshell, the only other thing that we have that I'll mention, we have other programs, but for time's sake, we have evidence-based programs. These are programs that have been researched and shown to assist with certain areas. So, for instance, we have a chronic disease self-management program. We have a program called A Matter of Balance, which is a fall prevention program. We have two programs for caregivers. One is called Powerful Tools for Caregivers, and the other is called Savvy Caregivers. We have an evidence-based program called Healthy Eating. And we have some coaches who have been trained in a specific model, a short-term model of assisting folks when they return from facilities or as they navigate from home to the emergency room, maybe hospitalization, maybe rehab back home, then to their doctor, because a lot can go wrong in between. So in a nutshell, those are the programs that we have.
So how are these programs free for seniors? How does the financial end of it work?
Right. So all of our programs are free with the exception of our home care program. The home care program, the state sets a sliding scale fee for what a person would pay on a monthly basis based upon their income. One thing I would like to add is that this past year, the home care regulations, or last year actually, January, the home care regulations changed so that there is no income cap to being able to be in the state home care program. So,
Really? Wow.
Right, prior to that, there was a cap, so certain people were not able to access services. That is now eliminated, so I would encourage the viewers, to not have that as a consideration if you need help at home, that there is no income cap. All of our other services are free, and Meals on Wheels or our congregate dining sites, which are throughout the catchment area, ask for a donation. If folks are able to do that, that's fine. If they're not, that's fine too. We will also, in the state home care program, if someone has a lot of medical bills or housing expenses or some unusual expenses, we can also reduce the co-payment. The state allows us to do that, and it's not unusual for us to do that at times.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So again, most of the programs are free.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That interview I had with Scott, I forgot to mention, it's a 2-part interview. So that was part 1, and we're going to have part 2 on our next episode. That's all the time I have for today. Our quote of the day is, "If you're going through hell, keep going." That was said by Sir Winston Churchill. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. And don't forget to take the time to take care of you. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.